Arya Savako,
Yeah,
right.
we are talking about this passage now. Sako so kalamaria savaku, evang vigata bijjo, vigata vyapado, and so on. So first thing to note is this one, Arya Savako here. So we know that the Buddha is giving his teaching to the Kalamas, right? People of Kesaputta. Now, what he says here is that after providing the discussion about Kusala Mula and Akusala Mula, about the classification of this Lobha Dosa Moha and Alobha Adosa Amoha, how they are going to affect our activities and our life. Then the Buddha went on to say that Arya Savako, the noble disciple. Now, noble disciple here is referring to the people who are following the Buddha's disciple, right? Here it is not Kalamas. It is the disciple of the Buddha, right? Now, this description shows how they lead their life and what do they experience. This is a kind of an example he is giving to these people, Kalamas, that the noble disciple, they are free from Lobha. Here, this is another term for Lobha, Abijjo. Okay, Vigata Abijjo, Vigata means they are free from greed. Vigata Vyapado, free from hatred. Asammulho, free from delusion. Who are the people who are free from greed, hatred, and delusion? Arya Savako, noble disciple. Sampajano, they are with clear comprehension. They have a clear understanding. Okay. Patisato metta sahagatena, karuna sahagatena, mudita sahagatena, upekka sahagatena, chetasa, ekang disang, paritwa, and so on. They are having the quality of loving kindness, compassion. What is the term for mudita? Sympathetic joy, upekka, equanimity, and with the mind having all these qualities, they, what is the word? They look at the world or they generate their good vibe, to all the directions. Ekang disang, one direction, two direction, third direction, fourth direction. Similarly, uddamado. Similarly, to above and to below. Okay. And in all directions, sabbadi, sabbatataya, sabbavantang lokang, metasagatana, and so on. Vipulena mahagatena, apamanena, averena, and they look at the world, they live in the world, sharing these qualities, averena, without enmity, without enmity and without any kind of threat. So this is an example. So that means the Buddha is not just giving them a kind of a dry explanation. He is showing the example that these noble disciples, they have been leading this way of life and they are experiencing this happiness and so on, and they are influencing other people with their kind heart, with their compassionate heart, appreciative joy, upekka chitta, and they are living a very good life without enmity and so on. If you do not have attachment to anything, for example, I have a computer, I am attached to it. If it is broken, will I be sad or not? You have a you have something to make use of. You have a computer, you can make good use of it. You study and you do your things, right? And you take care of it. But if you are too much attached to it, if it is lost, if it is broken, you will be so sad. It does not have to be broken. If you lost some documents, some files that you are very attached to. For example, you have a folder of picture, your photos you have taken when you are visiting some places and you are attached to those photos. Somehow they are deleted. And you forgot to copy into your USB. So that is because of our attachment, you see. But the less attachment we have, the less suffering we will face. On the other hand, for example, you compare to some people who are just happy with some limit, some food. They are happy with limited clothes that they have. They do not need a big house, you see. They just want to spend their life mindfully, being compassionate in whatever way possible. They want to help people. What do you think of these people? Are they not having a very peaceful and happy life compared to the people who have a lot of things but unhappy? You will find people having so much wealth but in depression and psychological disorder. What is the use? Time is running. You have a limited time, 50 years, 70 years, 80 years. How long you are going to live? Why don't you live happily? That is the question. You see? Yeah. Okay, so that is the sutta about uh, Lobha, Dosa, Moha and Alobha, Dosa, Moha. Yeah, so this part, I'm not going in detail. This later on the Buddha says that if you are possessed with this kind of psychology, metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, chitta, if your mind is free from greed, hatred and delusion, there are 4 assurities. Okay, assurities. Is this spelling right? It is wrong. How do you write it? Is it like this?
ASSURANCE.
A U R A
ANCE. AN. CE. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plural. 4 assurances. Thank you. 4 assurances. What are those 4 assurances? You remember? They are going to have these 4 assurances. So I'm not going to explain them here. I did not put the explanation here. So the Buddha is saying that if you lead a good life, happy life, simple life without harming anyone, if there is heavenly world, certainly you are going to reborn in heaven. But if there is no heavenly world, you can be satisfied that you led a very happy life without harming anyone. So your life was worth living. Similarly, he discussed about these 4 assurances. So they are a kind of a result of how you have lived your life. You will be fully satisfied. It does not matter if there is next life or not. In any case, you will be happy. Okay, that is what it means. So this is about the Kalama Sutta. I hope you got the point. Now we come to the Ambalattika Rahulovada Sutta. What do you remember of this sutta? Any particular incident or teaching? There was a very interesting simile presented by the Buddha to Rahula. You remember that? That is one. Yes. Water in a vessel, right? That is one. The other simile he provided was the simile of mirror, right? Mirror. Yeah. So one is with the vessel of water. Buddha went to see Rahula. Rahula prepared water so that Buddha could wash his feet. Rahula also prepared a seat for the Buddha to sit. So when the Buddha was washing his feet, after washing, he left a little bit of water in the vessel, right? And showing that, he asked a question to Rahula. He wanted to give a teaching, right? So he followed these 4 different ways. First, he kept a little water, then he has thrown out the water. After that, he turned the vessel upside down. After that, he turned it back and it was empty, right? So he said, Evang paritang chadditang nikujjitang vrittang ko rahula tesang samayang yesang natti sampajana musavade lajjati. If somebody practices intentional lying, if people do not have shame of intentional lying, intentionally people lie and they are not shameful about it. Their practice of recluseship, their practice of asceticism is very little, like the little water in the vessel. And after the water was thrown away, the Buddha said that it could be even like, their practice is thrown away. And after overturning the vessel, he said it could be that their practice, their recluseship is overturned. It could even be empty. So if a monk, a recluse, a practitioner, a follower of the Buddha lies, tell lies, their practice has no meaning. That is what it means. Why is that? The Buddha said that those people who lie, there is no evil action in the world that they cannot do. You see? That means, in other words, if somebody is, in the practice of lying, he can do any bad things, any bad evil actions in the world. So people should not believe the people who lie. Lying is very bad. That is why the Buddha said here, for example, Evam eva ko rahula yasaka sachi sampajana musavade natti lajja nahang tassa kinchi papang akaraniyanti vadami tasmati harahulu hassapi na musa bhanissami ti evam hi te rahulu sikkitabat. Those people who tell lie, there is no wrong thing that they cannot do. Therefore, Buddha is saying to Rahula that even for making fun, even for a joke, do not tell lie. So keep in mind that this teaching the Buddha is giving to his son Rahula. And Rahula was quite young at that time, playful and young. You see? And this is one of the very important teaching that he is giving to Rahula. That even for making fun also, do not tell lie. Why is that? Because once you start doing that, you may develop a habit of lying. You see, in the beginning, you may just lie. You may just lie for making a fun, isn't it? But later on, it may become a habit. Why should you develop a bad habit? Because ultimately, it is going to be a very big problem for your own practice, own progress in the spiritual path. Then the Buddha gave him the example of mirror, the simile of mirror. Look at this passage here. Tang king manya si rahula kimatyo adasoti. Adasa is mirror. What do you think, Rahula? What is the purpose of a mirror? Then Rahula said, Pachavekanatto bante. Venerable sir, the purpose of a mirror is reflection. We can see our reflection on a mirror. Evameva ko Rahula paccavekitva kayena kammang katabbang paccavekitva vachaya kammang katabbang paccavekitva manasa kammang katabbang. I think you can actually memorize this passage. It is not very complex and it is a very good passage. If you can memorize this and understand the meaning, and if there is a question with regard to reflection, repeated reflection in the final exam, you should be able to answer it. Repeated reflection. So if I ask, for example, what do you think is the significance of repeated reflection in Buddhist ethical practice or Buddhist spiritual practice? You want to follow a Buddhist ethical practice or spiritual practice? What is the significance of repeated reflection there? So you can bring out this story of Buddha giving the example of mirror to Rahula, and what is the teaching he's giving, and how does it help one to progress in the path? See, this could be a question. Actions are of threefold in terms of performance. Three types of actions: bodily action, verbal action, mental action. There is no other way that you can perform your activities other than these three ways. Is there any other way? What do you think? Whatever you want to do, either you have to do it in your mind or verbally or with your body. There is no other way. Right? When desiring of performing an action in any of the three doors, they are called doors. Kaya Dara, Pachidara, Manudara. One should reflect if the action is going to be beneficial for him or herself or harmful for him or herself. Beneficial, what is this? Beneficial for others or harmful for others. Beneficial for both or harmful for both. Two types of consequences your action should carry. When you perform your action, it could be bodily action, verbal action, or mental action. It could be beneficial for yourself. It could be beneficial for others. It could be beneficial for both. It could be harmful for yourself, harmful for others, and harmful for both. Two types of consequences your action should carry. If a deed of body, etc., means body, mind, and verbal actions, is unskilled, its result is anguish. Anguish means suffering here, okay? Suffering or sorrow. Its result is anguish, and a deed of body, etc., like this is certainly not to be done by you. So this is the, it's certainly not to be done by you. This is the instruction to Rahula. Because after repeated reflection, you come to understand that these are unskillful actions. This will bring suffering. So you should not do it. On the other hand, if the action is skilled, its yield is happy, result is happy, then it may be done by you. Now, when do you need to do the reflection? Here is when. This practice of repeated reflection on the nature of your action should be carried out before performing the action, while performing the action, and after performing the action. If you reflect before performing the action, you are not going to do it if it is harmful, right? You know beforehand. And when you are performing also, you know. And after performing also, you may be happy. That is why we have in the Buddhist, traditional Buddhist countries, for example, when we talk about performing of dana, practice of sila, and there are many rituals like Sangika dana and so on. When people do that, after the ceremony, we do this transference of merits, right? And then in the discussion, normally you would see that monks would tell the devotees to think about their good deeds. They are performing a good deeds through this ceremony, right? They encourage people to think about it whenever they have free time, that, you know, I invited the monks, I invited the guests, my relatives and everyone. We had a very beautiful, good gathering. We had some Dhamma discussions as well. We offered food and so on. When you think about it, it says that your merits increase. You can have a good time, happy time, right? You do not have bad thoughts at that moment in your mind. So after performing an action also, you can think about it. You can be joyous. You can be in a state of joy, thinking about your good deeds. You know, the other day when I was coming from Bangkok, I saw this person and he was having trouble. I helped him. You did not help him to get anything in return. You see, he just felt that, you know, this person needed some help. In body, speech, and mind, yeah, see the chart below. Repeated reflection before, during, after, before bodily action, before verbal action, before mental action. This looks so nice. You can make your own chart. I try to make chart to keep things in place, in order. Grace, are you drawing the chart? No?
Sorry, I haven't.
If you want, I can send these notes with the chart.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Any question? Okay. Okay, let's go to next passage. Yehi kechi Rahula atitamadhanang anagatamadhanang etarahi samanava brahmanava kayakammang parisodesum vachikammang parisodesum manokammang parisodesum sabbete evamevang paccavekitva kayakammang parisodesum paccavekitva vachikammang parisodesum paccavekitva manokammang parisodesum tasmatiha rahula paccavekitva kayakammang parisodesama vachikammang parisodesama manokammang parisodesamati evam hibo rahula sikkitabbanti. Yeah, so this was the final instruction. After giving the teaching to Rahula, the Buddha said to Rahula that, in the past, atitamadhanang, in the past, anagatamadhanang, in future, etarahi, even now, samanava brahmana, those ascetics, those Brahmins, when they are purifying their bodily action, verbal action, mental action, all of them, they did following this method of repeated reflection. Sabbete evameva paccavekitva kayakammang vachikammang manokammang parisodesum. All of them have done their work of purifying bodily, verbal, and mental actions through repeated reflection. This is one of the very important way. Okay, we talk about Noble Eightfold Path, we talk about this path, that path, repeated reflection, self-check. You check yourself. Did I lie today? Did I harm anyone? Was there any bad thought in my mind? You check yourself. That is why the Buddha said that attahi attanunato. You are your own teacher. Isn't it? And the Buddha encouraged his students, after getting the instruction from the Buddha, to go to remote places in solitude to carry out the practice. And at that time, you have to be your own teacher. For example, I ask you to make notes of each sutta. If you do not do, I cannot go and check to all of your room, you see. If you do not do, we are spending times. And after a few weeks, we will have midterm or final exam and so on. We are going to complete the semester. So anyhow, we are spending the time. It is now up to you to decide whether you want to make use of your time or you just want to spend time surfing Facebook, watching YouTubes and whatever, playing games. Yeah. Okay, then after that, the Buddha said that Tasmatiha Rahula, therefore, Rahula, if you want to purify your verbal action, bodily action, and mental action, you have to follow the same way, repeated reflection. This is how you should learn. Okay, evam hi vo Rahula sikkitabbanti. Idam avocha bhagavattamano ayasma Rahulo bhagavato bhasitang abhinandanti. After hearing the Buddha's speech, Buddha's instruction, Rahula was very happy, but I'm not sure how many of you became happy after the discussion. Okay, so far any question? Pama, do you have any question?
No, Bante, it's clear.
I see. Venerable Chun? Venerable Chun is a happy monk.
No lecture.
Miss Grace has a question, I think.
Excuse me, yes. Just now I can't follow you because I think too fast. The last sentence, Idamavoka Bhagava
It's not Idama Voka. Idama Vocha. Cha. This is Cha.
Vocha. Yeah, I don't know what means Idama Vocha.
Yeah, Cha. Idama Vocha Bhagava Attamano Ayasma Rahulo Bhagavato Vasitang Abhinandan. It means Idam Avocha.
Idam
When
Avocha.
this was said by the Buddha, okay, Attamano Ayasma Rahulo. Rahula, Venerable Rahula, Isma Rahula, whenever Rahula was happy, okay, satisfied. Bhagavato Vasitam, satisfied at the words of the Buddha, Abhinanditi, and he appreciated it. That is the meaning.
Abhinanditi
Yeah. Abhinanditi.
means worship.
Not worship. Abhinanditi means he was appreciating it, appreciated the teaching of the Buddha. Welcomed. So this is Cha. Grace need to read Pali passages in a loud voice.
Yes.
Yeah, keep on practicing. You need to keep on practicing so that you can pronounce the Pali words properly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Venerable.
Yeah. Okay, now I found this another criterion for choosing between good and bad. This is from another sutta, a very small sutta, not so big. It talks about these three adipatayas. Adipataya means authority. Okay, three authorities. What are the three? Attadipateya, Lokadipateya, and Dhammadipateya. Attadipateya, Lokadipateya, Dhammadipateya. Authority of oneself, authority of the world, authority of Dhamma. What does it mean by Attadipateya? Attadipateya is in a way similar to repeated reflection. When you reflect yourself on your behavior, on your thought, on your actions, you know yourself if it is good or bad. But sometimes, you are not in a position to do that because you are not trained to do that or you are not told to do that, right? So Attadipatiya here means being self-conscious. When you say something, when you perform an action, you become aware of your action, you become self-conscious, whether it is a good or bad action that you are performing. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? You become self-conscious. Sometimes, if you do something wrong or if some bad thoughts prevail in your mind. Sometimes you feel disgusted by your thoughts, by your actions. You do not like yourself. You may have this kind of feeling, isn't it? Why this thought came into my mind? Why did I do this? People do not have to tell you. You yourself have that thought coming up in your mind because you are critical about your actions, right? Because you want you to be good. You want to like yourself. You want to see yourself to be a likable person. Self-blame or repentance, see? Being self-conscious. When you are doing something wrong, you blame yourself or you become sorry about it. Attapi attannam upavadati. It means you yourself do not like your own activities. You blame yourself. You censure yourself. That is attadipatiya. Being self-conscious. What about lokadipatiya? When you do something, when you do some actions, some activities, you think about how people are going to react to it, how your parents are going to react to it, how your relatives are going to react to it, how your neighbors are going to react to it. You did something, you do not live just by yourself, isn't it? Our existence, our living is not just by ourselves. We are related to our family, we are related to our neighbors, our relatives, isn't it? So, how other people are going to react to your actions, you are conscious about it. Okay, but in this case here, it is talking about Vinyo Purisa, blamed by the Vinyo Purisa. If your actions are blamed by Vinyo Purisa, wise person. Now here it means in a way, generally public opinion. How society is going to think about you. You do something bad, you know, the society, if the society comes to know about it, they would say that it's not a good person, you see. So a bad reputation would go about yourself. So you are afraid of that, afraid of your bad reputation. So you do not engage in bad activities. But in Buddhism, it is not so much about how many people are thinking about it, but how wise people are reacting to it. Wise person. Okay, so we have to have this understanding of wise person. We have to know what does it mean by wise person. I discussed about it earlier.